Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Funtime Crafts 24/7. I'm here with a little tutorial. I wanted to show you, I had made earlier some jelly print backgrounds using the jelly plate, the gelatin plate, and acrylic paint. I did a little project share on it. I wanted to show you how you could use either the back of a large polymer stamp or your gelatin plate using Stamps of Life ink. Basically, all you need is a brayer, and if you don't have any background stamps, you can actually make your own background stamp. So what I did here was I took one of the, I think this is the 4x6 block. Let's see, this is, 4x6 block. And I took, I wanted a floral background, so I rated my stamp sets, and I stole some of the small flowers as fillers out of this set, which is the Happy to Be circles. I rated some stamps out of this set here, which are the Newport flowers to stamp. I rated this set here, all three of these big flowers. And this is the Creations to Fill. This set here, which is the Flower stamp set. Oh, 2020 Flower Class stamp set. I stole the big flower there. And then this stamp set here, oh, you can't see that. This stamp set here, which is the Triplet Flower to Stamp. And you don't have to use these specific ones. You just need any stamps that you want to have a pattern on and fill up a block with. And that's it. I just filled the block with as many flowers as I could fit onto the block, trying to get the little gaps. And so that's all you need for that. And now I was going to show you how to do these backgrounds. I was playing around and I used 3 colors of the pinks to get this. And then I did a pull. I ombre'd 3 colors of pinks, and then pulled that print. And then I did a blue one here, and stamped the block into the ink, and then stamped it onto here to get this. And then I pulled the print after I did this, and that's how I got this print. And so I was going to show you guys a couple of different ways. If you have inks and you have stamps in a big block, you could actually, get the same type of effect as a jelly print. So, and then if you have your regular large background stamps, then you don't have to put these together, and you have something like this. This I ombre'd onto the jelly plate with the inks, and then I just did one color of pink, pressed the stamp into it, and then applied it to this side. And so then I get the 2 different effects. This one has the pink on it, and this one has the negative where I pulled the ink off with the stamp. And so I was going to show you guys how to do that. And so here, let's go ahead and start here. And I was going to show you what it looks like. This, I did 3 colors of pink on the background of this. If you have the if you have a mirror stamping plate, this would work really well too, because this, but most everyone has this. And this one here that I'm using is the, oh, where did that go? Oh, right there. This is this one, the Sunburst to Stamp, a background stamp. And that's what I turned it over and I'm using the back of it. But this here is the same thing as this. So you could roller out your ink on a mirror stamping plate as well if you wanted to. Let's deal with this later. Okay, so basically all you do is, I'm going to use, let's see. We got pink. So let's go ahead and replicate this one here. Let's replicate this one here, and we'll do it on both. Let's see. You guys need to see the whole thing here. Okay, so I'm using, let's see. We have raspberry, guava, and candy. And that's the order that I'm going to go in. So I just take the cap off. It gets a little messy, so be prepared to get ink everywhere. Not everywhere, but places you don't necessarily want it. And then I just, pounce the stamp on top, on the back of the background stamp. About a third. And then I take my next one and I go a little bit into that one. And I don't think that it hurts the stamp at all, or the ink pad at all. I haven't had any ill effects from it, so I do it. I think it's okay. And then the last one here is candy. And so then what you want to do when you're brayering it is you want to start on the light side and roller it a couple times. And what you're doing is you're smoothing the ink out, and then you're going to flip it and go from the other side so the middle one stays in the same spot and your light is actually going over the dark. And then I come over here and I brayer a bunch of the ink off. And then we're going to use a clean. And then if you're using a gelatin plate, I put my finger on the edge here and then eyeball middle top to bottom. And then put my finger onto the edge of either the gelatin plate or the stamp. So that way I know I'm over to the edge. And then you just kind of rub it in. Oh, whoops. Don't worry if you get ink that's on the table onto the back. It's on the back. You're not going to see it. It's fine. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the gelatin plate, so we have that on that side as well. And then we'll do a blue one and pull from the blue one too. So that's all you do there. You get a little bit different pattern because it beads up a little bit more on the back. But once we put the floral stamp on the top of it, and this is probably too, if you're quicker, it won't do this as much. So let's do it on the gelatin plate. Same thing. Yeah, you can see. It's just a fun new way to, different way to use your stamps and inks and get more out of it. And then if you put these together with the grid backgrounds from Stamps of Life, it just comes together really nice and makes a really pretty structured card that is very appealing. And you can get wild with this. I tend to stick with the color families just because it's safer. You're less likely to get ugly stuff. The more brave you get, though, the more you have interesting stuff. But you can turn those into funness too. And then the other way. And then I'm just taking some of the ink off over here. Okay, and now we'll pull this print, and I'm going to do it on the opposite side. So I'm going to line it up. I'm going to stick my finger on the edge there, and then line it up, and then eyeball it top to bottom. And I'm feeling for the edge of the jelly plate. So I know I'm as far over on the paper as I can be. And you just rub your hand all over it, making sure that it gets Whoops, I didn't wipe that off. Oh, it'll be fine. Making sure you're pressing all the paper onto the jelly plate to lift up all the ink. And then that's, you get a more smooth effect if you do it on a gelatin plate. But this will still have fun results as well. It just gives it more texture is all. So let's wash these off. And our brayer so we don't contaminate. If you're using acrylic paints and stuff like that, I don't wash the plate off just because I like all the effects that you get from having the different colors on there. Okay, but I don't want my inks to get, and then I do the brayer as well because I don't want my ink pads to get janky. Okay, that should be good enough. And now we'll do some blues, and then I just kind of dry it off on my pant leg. I could probably get a paper towel. And then I try to take some of the water off with my hands. The reason I use my hands is because I don't want the fibers from like a towel or something on the gelatin plate, because it'll give you a pattern in the ink more so than you probably want. So now let's do a blue one, and then we'll do the stamp into the blue and stamp it onto our pink backgrounds over here. And oh cool, you're in frame so you can see this. And we'll go ahead and do it on both again as well. But let's and I haven't tried the stamping on this yet, so that'll be fun. We'll both get to see what happens there. So I'm starting with pool. And just going over. It does stain the back of your stamps, but I don't mind because it doesn't ruin the stamp. It just makes it a different pretty color. And I'm going to try and hurry with this. And so then we're going with ocean, and then we're going to do sea glass. And again, thirds. And then we're going to do this. Okay, so start on the lightest side. Roller, 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 flip. Go to the opposite side into the dark. And then roller off. And we're going to hurry. Whoa. I haven't done this yet. Oh, see, it's pulling. But that's okay. Let's just see what happens here. And, oh, I want it to be up here. I hope I hit the ink onto there. Oh, see, that would be cool. Okay, so let's try to get some down. Let's see there. So we're going to go, we just had the last third. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, see, we got some floral impressions there. And now let's pull a print. Oh, we'll do it on the back of this one. It'll be fine. Because we weren't going to use that side anyhow. We'll see what this looks like. Oh, see, there you got some of the floral impression there. You have to work really quick on the back of these. But the fun thing is you get the ombre effect there, which, you know, that's pretty cool. And or you get the ombre when you do it in the blue as well. Oh. I had to get some more hand wipes here. Okay, now I want to clean this off because I don't want the same I don't want to contaminate my ink pads. And then we'll see what this other one looks like. Okay, so we got that. So, okay, we'll pull the print off this side, and then we'll stamp here, and then pull the print from here. And I'm just going to wipe the stamp off really quick, our stamping block, really fast. And then, okay, let's see, we need our 3 colors again. So pool, and we're doing the thirds again, going dark to light. So ocean, at least my version of light to dark. It might be different, or there's one I'm missing or something. Okay, that's good. Okay, now, and then we're going to brayer light to dark, flip. Okay, we're going to, and then we're going to stamp at the top, stamp at the top. Then we're going to grab off of here, go into the bottom. And then we're going to pull and finger. And ta-da! There you go. And that gives you a couple. And then when you cut these out of the, when you cut them out, and if you take your time on it, you can, you know, you're going to get this instead of a hurried rendition. You'll get a more, you know, what you're, you know, you'll just get a better outcome because you're thinking about it and you're not in a hurry. So your product is going to be, I'm just trying to show you, you know, and not have the video go like, you know, 10 hours. So there's that. And so that's how you do the jelly plate printing with your homemade background stamp, your Stamps of Life inks. And then the only thing you need is a brayer, or, I mean, heck, if you had a plastic rolling pin, you could even use that instead. And there you have it. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much. I'll post pictures of the cards I make with the backgrounds on Instagram. Funtime Crafts 24/7. Thanks, guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.